How Indian immigrants live in the United States. Yes, United States is a great destiny for emigration. You can see at our channel some more videos regarding emigration from India to USA. Subscribe to our channel and leave us a like to be notified of our future publications. Subscribe to our channel and leave us a like to be notified of our future publications. Globally, the United States is the second most popular destination for Indians living abroad, after the United Arab Emirates, 3.5 million. Other top destinations include Saudi Arabia, 2.5 million, Pakistan, 1.6 million, Oman, 1.4 million, and Kuwait, 1.2 million. At year 2020 Indian immigrant population, the largest share of immigrants from India live in California, 20%, Texas, 11%, New Jersey, 10%. The next most populous states: New York, Illinois, both combined accounted for an additional 13% of the Indian-born population. The top 5 counties for Indian immigrants were Santa Clara in California, Middlesex in New Jersey, Alameda in California, Cook in Illinois, Los Angeles in California. Together, these counties were home to 17% of Indian immigrant. The U.S. cities with the largest number of Indian immigrants in their metropolitan areas were in 2015 19 top concentrations of Indians: Greater New York, Chicago, San Francisco, San Jose, Dallas. These 5 metro areas accounted for about 35% of Indians in the United States. And what about how the Indian immigrants are adapted to their new country? English proficiency, a must for integration. Smile. Indian immigrants are much more likely to be proficient in English than the overall foreign-born population. In 2021, about 22% of Indians ages 5 and over reported limited English proficiency, compared to 46% of all immigrants. Approximately 12% of Indian immigrants spoke only English at home, versus 17% of all immigrants. Smile. In 2021, Indian immigrants tended to be younger than the overall foreign-born population but older than the US-born. Their median age was 41 years old, compared to 47 for all immigrants and 37 for the native-born population. Education. Smile. Indian adults have much higher education levels than both the native and overall foreign-born populations. In 2021, 80% of Indian immigrants ages 25 and older reported having at least a bachelor's degree, compared to approximately 1/3 of all foreign-born and US-born adults. The share with advanced degrees stands out. 49% of Indian immigrant adults held a graduate or professional degree in 2021, compared to 15% of foreign-born and 13% of US-born adults. Employment. Smile. Indians participate in the labor force at higher rates than all immigrants and the US-born. About 72% of Indian immigrants ages 16 and older were in the civilian labor force in 2021, compared to 66% and 62% for the foreign and US-born populations, respectively. Compared to those two groups, Indians were much more likely to be employed in the management, business, science, and arts occupations. Income and poverty. Smile. On average, Indians have much higher incomes than the total foreign and native-born populations. In 2021, households headed by an Indian immigrant had a median annual income of $150,000, compared to $70,000 for all immigrant and native-led households. In 2021, Indian immigrants were less likely to be in poverty, 5%, than immigrants overall, 14%, or the US-born, 13%. Immigration pathways and naturalization. Indians were less likely to be naturalized US citizens than immigrants overall, which may reflect the large numbers arriving on temporary visas and the relative recency of arrival. In 2021, 48% of Indian immigrants were US citizens, compared to 53% of all immigrants. In 2021, India was the second largest country of origin for lawful permanent residents, also known as green card holders, after Mexico. Unauthorized immigrant population MPI estimates that as of 2019, approximately 553,000, 5%, of the estimated 11 million unauthorized immigrants in the United States were from India. Indian migrants detained at U.S.-Mexico border health coverage. Indians have high health insurance coverage rates compared to both the overall immigrant and native-born populations. In 2021, just 5% of immigrants from India were uninsured, compared to 7% of the native-born and 19% of the overall foreign-born population. Diaspora. The Indian diaspora is comprised of approximately 4.9 million U.S. residents who were either born in India or reported Indian ancestry or origin. The Indian diaspora is the 10th largest in the country. Remittances. In 2021, nearly $89.4 billion in remittances was sent to India via formal channels, according to the World Bank. Remittances to India have increased by 46% since 2011 and represented nearly 3% of India's gross domestic product (GDP) in 2021. Achieving the American dream. Most Indian Americans feel that they're either on their way to achieving the American dream, 48%, or have already achieved it, 27%. However, 23% say the American dream is out of reach for them. Views of the U.S. and India. The vast majority of Indian Americans, 86%, have a favorable view of the U.S., including 56% who have a very favorable view. Still, most Indian adults in the U.S. say they would not move to India. About two-thirds, 65%, say they would not move to India, while 33% say they would move. Their politics. A 68% majority of Indian American registered voters identify with or lean toward the Democratic Party, 29% identify with or lean toward the Republican Party. Religion. About half of Indian Americans, 48%, identify as Hindu. 15% of Indian Americans identify as Christian. 15% are religiously unaffiliated. 8% are Muslim. Views of the U.S. compared with origin countries. 77% see the U.S. as better than their origin country for the opportunity to get ahead. 67% say the U.S. is better when it comes to freedom of speech. 66% say it is better for raising children. But the U.S. is not universally seen as better. On the strength of family ties, only 15% of Asian immigrants say the U.S. is better than their origin countries. In short, Indian population manages to find itself in the top levels of education, work and income. They feel satisfied and hopeful, although they miss their country and traditional customs. Subscribe to our channel and leave us a like to be notified of our future publications. Subscribe to our channel and leave us a like to be notified of our future publications. We are waiting for your visit at our next video. Thank you.